Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Canyon. Welcome back to another installment of Wheeling Wednesday. This is the final of the one before the final. This is stage 3, group 7? 7, group 7. There is your final 5, completely out of order, placed in the order that they have to be to fit on the cart, because I kind of built the cart for 4. I should have built the cart for 5. Here we are. We have the one transfer guy running first, bottom row on the left. Zombie is up first, then Zoidberg is up second. And if you are a fan of Zoidberg, I'm a fan of Zoidberg, but I need to mention to you that Zoidberg's track width is about 10 millimeters narrower than the width between gates. So there's every chance in the world Zoidberg gate maxes on points, busts 21 as he passes through gate 3, if he can pass through gate 3. He's got the capability to do this, but he would be in a competition where the gate is wider than this. He is going to suffer from the fact that we mono-spaced gates. We made gates for all classes. Zombie should not have a problem. Zombie is probably 60 millimeters narrower than Zoidberg. The wind has kicked up just in time for recording to start. So it goes Zombie, Zoidberg, Ghost Rover, Diablo, and closing out the group on the day, Wolverine. Wolverine is also wide, but he kind of prepares for this sort of operation. So he is about a tire's width narrower than the gates. He's going to have some tough time. He would also be, like, these are, let's call them what they are. These are class 2 gates. So the 3 in the bottom row genuinely have better opportunities on the day. RoboKitty didn't manage to make it. None of the big guys, the near supers, none of the big guys would do well. Even our Tsunami would not do, just way too big. Big Sedonas on offset Capras, not going to make it. The guys on the bottom, we've got TRX4s, we've got clone HD44s, and we've got F10s. So we've got, it's all portals except for Gate Rover and Zombie. Those are our 2 straights on the day. We're everywhere on tires. We literally have from class 1 ripsaws on Zombie up through holds, then 1.9 ruptures, then we've got some Fronteras, we've got 2.2 full big boy 579 ruptures. We've got an 1.5 inch in difference in tire heights. So, and then a bunch of widths. We've got a real mixed bag of a group. I feel like we're going to have 2 solid performances. We're going to have one guy that's not going to make it for sure. I'm trying not to directly look at Zoidberg. He's just too wide for this. He's the width of the gates. And then we're going to have a surprise and a disappointment. So we're going to get a little bit of everything. So nothing left to do but get all the cameras powered up, get them into position, do this run of 5, get out of what is, let me see if I can pan up smoothly, get out of this, oh, I know. If you're watching this somewhere where the wind chill has taken you to like -10, which is a thing that here in California we don't believe is actually real, I won't tell you that it is about 65 degrees right now with a soft breeze from the northeast. As I said, about 65 degrees, just under 30% relative humidity. It's pretty good conditions for everybody's tires. Everybody should be ready. I feel like I'm mostly ready. The toter is over there probably on TikTok, so they're mostly ready. All they did was squint at me when I said that, so who knows? Let's line them up, get them going. Try to remember the running order. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I will meet you right over thereabouts. First up, out onto the course, our man Zombie. Just a collection of random parts, nearly random parts. Come on, microphones, stop that wind. Okay, living up to his name. So that speed control was originally intended for another vehicle, and we could not get it to work. He's just dead sticking. He goes completely dead and then comes back to life. Definitely living up. That is a... There's nothing. I'm getting about... Well, that was the longest that we've gone. At some point, he's going to go dead on us at a moment when it's going to be inopportune. The Crawlmaster V3 at the core of this. Okay, he's feeling a little better now. Okay, coming across. I want to get it angled out a little more right there. Ripsaws. Ah! 4. That one caught me off guard. I didn't see that one. Don't get in too tight on it. There you go. There you go. Good old zombie. Man, the 2 dead sticks are fantastic. I can't think of anything that lends more to his ethos and mythos than the fact that he just went completely dead on us. Yeah, we got some short tire maneuverability here. Now, will he be able to... 8! I halfway said, will he be able to pull that maneuver in? Again, straight axles, class 1s. Don't go dead on me. Don't go dead on me, not right here. Okay. So far, very good, honestly. Oh, no. Okay. 10. Kind of my fault. Should have tried to maneuver him a little better. I was trying to avoid a reverse, and one of the easiest ways to pull a reverse is to try too hard to avoid a reverse. Now, he is apt to flop if we... No, he's not. Came through there real easy like. Coming up across here. Ripsaw trying to pull us. Come on, pull around. There we go. We want to stay up high side. Woo! No cameras will accurately show how close that was to the right-hand marker, but it was close. And now, can we get under the tree without moving the driver position? Coming up. Don't get too far. You want to stay a little white side right there. And all things considered, a pretty drama-free 10. Realistically, probably could have pulled an 8, but we'll take the 10. And as much as I hate to say it, we're going from a guy with 2 channels and pretty easy to get through to a guy that has 4-wheel steer, and his width is probably going to be his doom. Okay. See if we can get the front axle through without knocking something over. I definitely brushed both sides there. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Ooh. Yeah, we nudged yellow side. Both axles. All right. Ooh. We're going to have to get as far out to this side. He's going to brush. He's going to brush. I can't even see where I am on the white side. It's too far behind the rock. Let me see. If I let go of the steering wheel, we are done. Ooh. Yeah. There we go. I'm surprised that the rear didn't swing around and knock it off. He's just so big. He's so big. He can do this, right? This is not the problem. Uh-oh. So here's the deal. We should have just driven out onto the flat and pulled the 4, but it's not really going to matter. Here's the thing. This is not reflective of Zoidberg's capabilities. Like, Zoidberg can make this course. He's gonna hit it. Nah. Okay. It's gate width, you know. Gate width is a problem here. But we can't take all 4s all day. Nope. Got it anyway. You know what I was thinking about? While we're on the topic, I mean, we're not really, but while we are, gate scoring, right? We had the concept of the gate max, but I think the gate scoring is more properly executed if you just take the highest scoring thing from that gate. So, like, he didn't strike that one gate, so that's not a problem, but he had a rollover, so that would be a 10, right? Now, on a gate where you have a reverse, but you've struck the gate, I think you should just get the gate strike. It shouldn't be a 9, it should just be a 7. Or if there's a rollover, it's just the 10, it's not the rollover and the gate strike. So like right here, we've had a reverse on it, but that's it, right? So it would be, right now, he'd be on a 2, and then if he hits something, he would take the 7, but he's just gonna take the 2. Here's the issue. As I said, Zoidberg can absolutely do this, and I think Zoidberg is one that is certainly capable of, watch it rotate, watch it rotate, watch it rotate, and then we knock it off because we 4-wheel steered the wrong direction. He can definitely do this. And you know how we have the 21-point cutoff? I mean, he's past the 21-point cutoff. But I'll put it to you. Here's what we'll do. We're going to, following this week, we've got to go into the elimination phase, right? We decide what score qualifies. Because apparently, from what I'm told, I can't recall them all, there's a bunch of people that are on 18. So do we cut at 18? Do we cut any, you only go if you're above that 18? Do we pass rigs like Zoidberg because we know he can do this? He can do all of these things like easier than most. He's as wide as the gates. The guy hit, what? Did we hit 2 or 3? I think we hit 2 gates on a rig that's the width of the gates. No, I had to pick up 3 balls through there, so he definitely hit 3. Plus the rollover, I mean, you know, he's in the 30s. But the rollover shouldn't have happened. The rollover happened because I figured he was going to hit at least 3 gates. So we removed the rollover. He's still going to bust because he's probably going to hit 3. He's going to have at least a reverse or 2, although not necessarily. You have to drive him a lot more. That's pushing way too wide on the holds. So that's 2. And this will go into that thing. Like if we hit, we're not going to hit. If we had hit, I would say we take the 7 and not a 9. But that, I think that will be going forward. I think that's how we'll treat the finals. Because for the finals, I've already kind of semi-concluded, you're going. You're going to go all 9 gates, and we're going to get scores. Lowest score wins. Show me your pivoting skills. The hold doing it right there. The hold pushed a little wide coming into 2. But absolutely no issues there. Into 3. We're a little wide right here. Stay up, off. Okay. Now, this one is up for debate, right? We're going to have to reverse here, and now we're on the ground. So that should be a 4. So he should be on 6. And we got to hug real tight because I think the tendency of the hold is to push. There you go. That's just right. We drove that one. We drove that one. Okay, over the sign. And stayed inside. Woo! Got a little lucky there. Jeez. How many remember when he was an element under a defender? Don't assume you've made it yet. So sitting on 6, coming into 6. Sitting on 10, coming into 6. We want to catch that point. Cut back. We will see if his straight axles can pull clear over this. Holds are pretty tall. Actually, if we don't hook a rear end. No. For a guy on 10, that was pretty easy through there. And long travel, really benefiting right there. Okay, we're going to go for a better setup than what Zombie got. And we did get it. All right, up over the point. It got pushed pretty far. Are we going to brush? No. Clear there. Tuck it in real tight-like. Long. This is out there to someone specific. You know who I'm talking to. I'm yelling up into the sky. 330 wheelbase. Baby, 330 wheelbase. Gets you that mid-body position ability. Long travel. Easy movement down there through the bottom. Coming up on the side. The hold, just doing it on the day. And above and beyond everything else, I would like to point out, Ghost Rover uses 3 body clips. 1 in the Phoenix pin and 2 to hold the back of the cab down. He has all 3 of his pins in, which means his front body retaining pin didn't get to slide out, poke into his tire, and ruin his run. We remembered it. Coming through, we're about 30 feet away. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The 2 straight axle boys have put up 10s. And now we've just got 2 more guys to see if the portals can pull out some of those points. The lead on the day. Coming in a noisy boy. It's TRX4 stuff. Straight cut gears everywhere. Diablo is also atomic. He is a tank. He is 3D printed inserts inside ruptures on TRX4 portals, which is the most clearance you're going to get. Those wheels are indeed brass. We did have to hybrid them up a little bit to keep the weight of them down. They would have been 400 grams per corner. We're pushing, but we're pulling at the same time. Ruptures. I hate when people say, oh, cheat codes. Ruptures are just, if it's got a hieroglyphic and not a scale lug, you're going for the grips. You're going for all the grips. And these, that was like a little dust devil. I think 4. I think that dust devil was partially my fault from Zoidberg doing some cyclones on the ground and loosening the ground up. So that straight pull right there, that's a pull not every tire can do. Some tires can't do that. Now I'm going to go up high. My temptation in the moment was to try to cut low under that to stay up out of the tree. because it gives you a better entry when we get down here. TRX4 axle does not have the best steering angle. If we can keep our speed low, what are we considering on the rules for floor is lava? Like, how many tires have to touch the ground? I can't believe he pulled that. I can't believe. That was just, I went full lock when we came across the top and just stayed full lock the whole time. So that's no reverse, that's no ground touch as far as I'm concerned. What are we at, 4? We're on a 4. Diablo's going for a 4. He's got maybe the most ridiculous sprung to unsprung ratio here. On the day, he certainly does. If we can stay on 6, he's going for a Jake move. I think he's going to pull a Jake. My gracious. Dropped in too early. Okay. I feel like this reverse, this is a free reverse because we drove off where we should not have. And I've done it before. I've done it before and I'll do it again. That reverse was purely to make up for my issue. If you want to call it a 6, you can call it a 6. But I feel like he's going to, like, this is G2s. This is G2 hubs and TRX4 axles. Look how far we can get over to the right. I mean, not even close. Now again, here we're gonna get a little bit of weight transfer on the descent. No, it didn't. It didn't. I thought it would, but it didn't. So it's a 4 or a 6, depending on how you feel about it. There are moments where I feel like he's on an RS700 low pro in there. There are moments I feel like it might not be enough torque to muscle around what he's putting on the ground. Ruptures, big old heavy brass at the corners, somewhere around 300 grams per corner. I can feel like sometimes the terrain manages to punch it out of the way. It's not like we came close. I mean, there's every chance he leads the day on a 4/6, whichever you like to call it. Does he take that reverse? We've had other rigs take penalty points. This is going to be a day of questions. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, the guy who tests tires on every given day for Class 3 and has just absolute driver's weapons. He is, as I said, about a tire's width narrower. So it is going to require quite a bit of precision, but he's also got an absolutely absurd amount of forward drive. I might hit the wrong side on that one. I don't know. I can't see from here. And I don't know if I hit white side. Oh no, we're well clear. Spinning it, spinning it. As I said, maybe too much precision required, but 0 through 2, and he should have the stick-to-itiveness to not worry about falling out here. The question is going to be, oh, that was perfect. I need to take the reverse. I thought we could wiggle it just a little bit. No side lug, so you gotta use it just right. Oh, there it is. It is the revolt-filled Sem Frontera is the driveriest driver's tire. It gives you this positionability that it is for you to use. And different throttle input levels really pay dividends. Because when you start to get this push, You tip in a little more throttle and it goes. Don't want to get axle caught on the Oblivion sign. How about we just skate park this one? Is it going to pivot? Yeah, it is. That's not stuff. That's not stuff that things do. Okay, I'm going to try to... Now, Wolverine also. Some small advantages combined with his disadvantages. I don't think... No, he's not getting back over. So, as I said, we're just going to do like the worst of it. So, that's a 10. So now, well, now there's the hole in my theoretical rules change, which is if we only go highest score and we plow that like that, that was intentional, I want to point out. If you do a rollover, then there's no motivation to clear the gate. So this is the notion of eliminating the gate max. So he's on 12. And now we got to take it a little more seriously, because if we do decide to cut it at 18, he might be on a 19 right here. Yep. With, again, he's got the precision, he's got the ability to clear this, but he shouldn't have had the 10. He shouldn't have had that 7. You know? Do you see what I'm saying? But competition is competition. So is he mathematically eliminated for just what it is? Sometimes, you know, I watch the playoffs in any given sport, right? And there are times when teams get transferred over into the finals. And those questions immediately arise of, like, did the best make it through? On the one hand, I don't think it matters. You've got to do the things to make it through. As such, Wolverine and Zoidberg are probably eliminated. And I mean, because they're class 3 rigs. The other 3 guys made it through relatively easily because they can fit the gates. Portals on this course on Green Line are an advantage. So Diablo had the lowest score on the day. He had a 4 or a 6, depending on how you want to look at it. The 2 straight axle guys pulled 10s. Who has done like the best out here? Jake the Snake. The straight axles again. Now, I will say, I think that over there, right off over there in the distance, that is front 9. That is the finals. So front 9 is going to sort out the wheat from the chaff, the weak from the strong, pretty quickly. So Argenum probably scored out and isn't eligible for the finals. We kind of got to go through this. Like, if we just go by pure score, we go by pure score. You know, I don't want to do more than 4 weeks of the finals. That is my preference. And there are some rigs that qualified, but I already know don't have a chance at front 9. And there are some rigs that didn't qualify and I think could do pretty well. It's going to have to be, you know, the scores are well and truly made up and the points don't mean anything. So if we opt to shuttle, to force somebody through, by the time we're into the finals, Daphne, who got eliminated in week 6, Daphne with better tires on it is gonna be a trouble for people in the final. And it just goes by score. It's a shame, right? There's upside downside. There are rigs that got eliminated that we would all like to see do better, and I think that in a couple instances there are opportunities for them to even do better. But that said, no one is the best at everything except maybe Jake the Snake. And Wolverine dominated at Mavericks. Wolverine did extraordinarily well at Deadline. Wolverine could have cleared this. His best run, I think he probably puts up an 11 here. If we drop the roll, he kind of squeaks in maybe, right? It's going to be close. Same with Zoidberg. Zoidberg could, if we're not scoring cap, both of these guys make it through. But it's too late. Like, Wolverine was the last rig to run in stage 3. And he's got to abide by the terms and conditions that everyone else did. So on the day, the bottom 3, the guys in the lower garage right there, all 3 of them transfer. They're all going into the final. And I think all of them have a decent chance in the final. And then we'll let it sort it out. I mean, maybe there'll be a poll up on the community board. Maybe we'll make some decisions, because we'll pick through the scores, and we'll see if there's anybody on the bubble that we would like to transfer. Because what I would like to do is fill out, say, at the outside, a group of 20. I would prefer to keep it to a group of 16, 4 weeks of 4. 4 weeks of 5, I'm okay with. You know, I have not looked at any of the scores. I have not looked at any of the placements yet. So we will get to that before we move on to the final. There might be an off week in between this and the final. I don't know. It depends on how quickly we can get things dialed in for the finals. And then the same thing, once we have them picked, we will go to Wheel of Names. Wheel of Names will pick the running order, and then they will run, because it is the most democratic way I can think to do it. Nobody chooses who goes in what group. I just go absolutely in order. Spin the wheel. First one up is the first rig to run. They are fortunate or unfortunate, and then we go from there. We might have Baseline come out and do a pre-run. That way he's actually the first one to give us a raw, uncut run of the first go-through, and we will go from there. But in this moment, I take that opportunity, as in every video, to thank you so much for watching. I invite you to comment below. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And in between now and when we meet again, I do hope that you, one and all, do your very best to have a good one, everybody. We will see you again here from the canyon. My eyes are just in the extreme top right-hand corner of my field monitor, right about right here. There's a little battery indicator, which is borderline useless, because it goes from 60% to the camera shutting off in the span of about as long as it will take to record this. So we made it to the end. We all made it to the end together. That closes stage 3. All we've got left in Crawlympics 2024/2025 is the finals. I hope you tune in to see the rest of it. I hope to see you on the next one. And with that, I bid you one and all a fond adieu.